Hello, I'm Michael Bakich, Senior Editor of Astronomy Magazine. Welcome to this worldwide telescope tour brought to you by Astronomy Magazine and Microsoft. For this tour, I'll take you through 7 great galaxies. Amateur astronomers love galaxies. They're about the farthest objects we can see, and millions exist in lots of different shapes and combinations. Because most are faint, you'll need to observe under a dark sky to spot details in even the brightest. Our first target is the sky's most famous galaxy, the Andromeda Galaxy, also known as M31. On a clear night from a dark site, most observers can spot the object with just their eyes, no binoculars or telescope needed. M31 looks like a piece of our Milky Way that broke off and is lying to the side. Actually, the Andromeda Galaxy is a gigantic object that resembles the Milky Way. Both the Milky Way and the Andromeda Galaxy are spiral galaxies that contain some 400 billion stars. As we zoom in on one of M31's arms, we begin to see one of its super-star clusters, a group of hot, blue stars which has formed only recently. Astronomers gave the Andromeda Galaxy its name because it lies in the constellation Andromeda, the Princess. According to legend, Andromeda was the princess rescued from the sea monster Cetus by the hero Perseus. In the nearby constellation Triangulum sits our second great galaxy, the Pinwheel Galaxy, also known as M33. Although the Pinwheel Galaxy puts out enough light to equal a naked-eye star, it's hard to see because it's so big. M33's light spreads out, and that gives it a low surface brightness. Like the Milky Way and the Andromeda Galaxy, the Pinwheel Galaxy is a spiral galaxy. In fact, just about all of the sky's most impressive galaxies are spirals. In this close-up shot, you can see star-forming areas in M33's arms. Such new stars are common in spiral galaxies. Now, let's head toward the Big Dipper. The Big Dipper is not a constellation, but rather part of the constellation Ursa Major, the Great Bear. Here, just above the Dipper's handle, sits M101, a beautiful spiral that lacks a common name. You'll need at least an 8-inch telescope to pull details out of this cosmic propeller because it covers an area 3/4 the size of the full moon. Just under the Dipper's handle is the small constellation Canes Venatici, the hunting dogs. And it's in Canes Venatici that you'll find another great galaxy, the Whirlpool Galaxy, or M51. Even through a small scope, the Whirlpool Galaxy won't disappoint you. Its tight spiral arms give it a surface brightness greater than larger galaxies. The bright knot just above M51 in this image is a smaller companion galaxy named NGC 5195. We head south for our next great galaxy. In Hydra, the water snake, the sky's largest constellation, sits the Southern Whirlpool Galaxy, or M83. Many amateur astronomers rate M83 the finest barred spiral visible to northern observers. It's a barred spiral because its arms start not from the core, but from both ends of a luminous bar of stars and bright nebulosity. Be sure to observe M83 when it stands highest in the sky. As we move back toward the north, to Ursa Major, I'll point out a pair of galaxies that completes our Great Seven. Bode's Galaxy, M81, and the Cigar Galaxy, M82. Through a telescope eyepiece combination that gives a field of view of about 1 degree, you can spot both of these objects. Start increasing the magnification and center M81. Look for a really bright core, a less bright region around it, and faint spiral arms. Then move north about half a degree to spot M82, the only one of our 7 galaxies that's not a spiral. Astronomers classify M82 as a starburst galaxy, one where massive amounts of star formation is occurring. M81 and M82 give you a good way to compare galaxy surface brightnesses. Examine them both through your low-power eyepiece. Although they appear equally bright, M82 actually shines a magnitude and a half fainter. I hope you enjoyed this tour. Be sure to explore all of our current worldwide telescope astronomy tours and check back often because we'll be creating lots more.